So while your real teacher was out, the substitute came in and tried to be really nice to make the teacher look bad. Y'all remember that? And usually the substitute teacher's not invited back. That's what you try to do, or that's what I think we should do. So I'm not going to miss any more meetings. But at least one thing, just so you know, I started this many, many years ago. We were going to sing happy birthday to people who were celebrating birthdays. And we moved this meeting around all over Nashville. We've had this meeting in hospitals and CDMs and admins, and this is now home. And we got away from doing the birthdays until I was out. And then the substitute teacher brought back the birthdays, which is a good idea, but it was my idea. So I want credit for the birthday idea. So, because this is true, 100 years ago we did this in admin. And I forget who it was, I do forget, but it was a long time ago, and we were going to sing happy birthday to everybody in the front of the meeting. And whoever's birthday it was in that day lied or avoided that it was really on that day. We were just going to sing to you, but that person was nervous and shy about it. And so you know what I did? This was not very nice. We put a chair up on the table, had the person get in the chair and sing to them because they hid that it was their real birthday. Hint, hint. We know what your birthday is. But we're not going to embarrass you. We're just going to celebrate with you, right? So, this is May. It is May 7th. Do we have anybody in here whose birthday is May 7th? You don't have to get up on the table. But you're going to if we figure it out. All right, so we don't have anybody May 7th. Who do we have that's birthday is in May? Now you're a bunch of liars. Who's that? All right, there we go. There we go. We got more. All right. Everybody's hands about right here. We're not going to make you sit on the table, right? Ben, Sawyer's, everybody. Who else we got the hands? All right. What's our day? 31st of May. Sawyer? 10. Oh, Ben? 10, 12. Mark Hadley. Where's Mark's hand ain't going up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's it? Tom. Look, Mark Hadley. Do you see Ernie? May 3rd. We're getting a little closer. Y'all see, we started with 1. I don't know, but Miranda's snitching some people out. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sing happy birthday to all the people in May, unless we figure out you lied to us and today is your real day. But let's do that on count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. All right. All right, so we're going to have our employee and officers of the month as we normally do, and I'd like to invite both, let's step up here, both guys. Let's see. Our employee of the month for March 2025 is Mr. Carl Gourley. Will you step here? It says Carl Gourley may not have saved a life, thwarted or security threat, but he is undeniably a steady presence in the virtual services division. I often tell him that if I had a whole team like him, I'd never have to worry about a thing. He's always ready with a smile and his lighthearted joke, making the work environment better for everyone around him. He consistently goes above and beyond to ensure that virtual services operate smoothly day to day, day in, day out. No matter the task, big or small, Carl handles it with precision and efficiency. He is a fantastic teammate, always ready to jump in and help his co-workers. He's an invaluable member of the virtual services team, and even more so, he's a genuinely great person. For all of this, I'm proud to nominate him for Employee of the Month. Chaz, I appreciate that very much. Great. That is very, here we go. We'll get our, there we go. Hang on one second. We're going to give you one of our coins and our pins. There we go. There's 8 hours of leave off, a day off for you, and you have a tumbler. Congratulations, Carl. Great. Great job. There we go. There we go. All right, so I like to do this. We're hanging out upstairs. I find out all kind of cool things about everybody up there. So, Mr. Gourley may be one of the coolest people in the sheriff's office. He's kin to one of the coolest people when I was a kid growing up. By the way, also his grandparents worked in corrections. He has all kind of history in corrections, so there's some cool lineage there. But he's kin to somebody, try and not give it away. He's kin to somebody there is a movie about. See who guesses it. If you know the answer through Mr. Gourley, you cannot blurt it out. Fair? But if you figure it out and don't have inside information other than these clues, I want you to blurt it out. We'll figure out who the smartest person is today. So, there's a movie. There are two versions of the movie. One, when I grew up. Who said that? You cheated. Hey, by the way, shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame. The only person that would have known. Shame on you. Lynn Norris is the smartest person in the room. Byron is the dumbest person in the room. So he cheated. He cheated. Most importantly, he is kin to Buford Buster, which is a super cool story. Even though Byron is a liar, we're not letting him out of the. Well, what's the answer? It was Buford Pusser. So there is the Rock, right? The Rock did Walking Tall, and when I was a kid, it was Joe Don Baker. Yeah. So there's two versions of it, but super cool. All right, Terry Byron out. Okay, so our Officer of the Month for March 2025. Have y'all been here before? This is deja vu, is it not? Sergeant V, how about that? We'll do it. Sergeant Patrick Vongsamphanh. He wins this so much, I got used to saying it. Exemplifies pride and passion in his career. His dedication to his team and the meticulous way he handles operations speaks volumes about his leadership. What truly stands out, and why I'm taking a moment to acknowledge him, is a quote that reminds me of him. People will forget what you did for them, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Every interaction I've had with him, no matter how brief, has left me a feeling like I'm a better person. That's a rare and powerful quality, and it makes him unforgettable. He actively encourages officers to advance their careers by applying when bids are posted. He goes above and beyond, offering scenario-based prep and answering questions, often outside the regular hours, to ease pre-interview nerves. His genuine desire to see others succeed and gain knowledge is clear. He truly wants everyone to do their best and grow in their roles. For these reasons and many more, Sergeant V is deserving of Officer of the Month. It was written by Denzel Roberts, by the way. Fantastic. Fantastic. There we go. There we go. Hang on one second. Wait.
Collection.
Yeah, so these are collectibles for him. We have a pen. We have another ribbon to add to your uniform. And the coolest thing of all, do you know, he tells me upstairs, I still have my other one. He says he's going to save these for retirement. He can go home any day now. And you have a tumbler at your desk. Great job. So, everybody has a story, but I'd love to, not everybody's kin to Buford Pusser, though. That's pretty cool. If you don't know this story, Sergeant B was raised across the street in the housing projects. And 10 years? How long have we been here? 11? He looks 11, right? He hasn't aged one bit. But I think you just need to hear what his officers say about him. And I wish we could buy that. Just incredible leadership, and I don't know. We're super lucky to have you. I appreciate everything you're doing. Great work. So we have some additional awards this month. Let's our certified jail officer from AJA and a certified jail supervisor for Corporal Venice McBride. Can you come up here with me? Huh? Well, new sergeant. You correct me. Get up here.
It's okay.
It is okay, but I didn't make that mistake. You got a great smile, by the way. So let's do Sergeant Venice McBride for AJA. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Great job. Here we go. Fantastic. Congratulations, too, on your... Oh, there we go. There's your CJO and your ribbon for your uniform as well. There we go. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Am I supposed to read this?
That's just another one.
Okay. Is it the... Okay. Make sure I get this right, because I messed that one up. I'm trying to check stripes. We got Sergeant. All right, so certified jail supervisor from AJA is Sergeant Patrick McKinney. There we go. I got that right, I'll make sure. There we go. Hang on 1 second. We'll give you your ribbon for your uniform and your pin as well. Congratulations. Job well done. Great work. Great work. So a lot of people, I see Marcia, I know Tim Dial, Chief Wilkes, I know Chief Joyner over the years has been really instrumental in pushing people. Sergeant V talked about certifications and officers working for him who he's motivating to do such a thing. This line of work is not easy to be recognized. It's just not easy. It's not an easy field. It's not an easy place to, the profession itself has taken a long time to become recognized. And 100 years ago, it feels like, me and a couple other people jumped in a car and drove to Atlanta, Georgia to take the first, I guess it was certified jail officer test. And so it's grown to a level where we're having people who are, that are interested trying to, further their career. We can't always do it here. And I'm just talking about provide the mechanisms. And so AJA, ACA, a lot of organizations have now put together programs. And so the fact that you're doctoring up your uniforms with ribbons, but you're also putting yourself in an elite class of folks who do this line of work all over the country. And one of these days, I think that'll be much more universal around the country. And when you're talking about, I know what a CPA is just because it became a standard. Well, that's really what corrections is doing. When you're telling people you're a certified jail officer or a certified jail supervisor, that makes you in an elite field. And so credit to all of you for your accomplishments, and a lot of the folks who, I read emails, and congratulations to a lot of the folks that are putting themselves through it. So I think Kim Waters, the only person who ever failed that test that first time we went. She failed, and we had to console her the whole way back to Nashville. But that's all right. She was good at what she did. She just, as she said, I just don't test well. Okay, me neither. So she was still very good. So a lot going on this time of year. Just a big picture update. The process goes like this. We put in what we want for a budget. The mayor weighs out what we put in and decides what he or she supports within our request. That then allows he to form his own opinion of our budget. Then he puts that forward to the city. He's just done that. That budget goes to the city council. They vote up or down on whether to go along with what the mayor said. So that's the process. We are between the mayor releasing his, we know what he thinks or he wants us to have. I don't know how to do this on a 1 to 10. If 10 was you get everything you want in the world, we got a 7.5 in a year where there's not a ton of money, so I felt really good about it, right? There are things that we've had trouble with over the years. Getting mobile booking funded permanently, they did that, which is a big deal. They funded the security at the courthouse, which we were running around without the money to do. They did that. They upped our contracts, which we were struggling with financially. In the last few years, they got that cleaned up. They've recommended us moving in a couple of directions on certain budget pieces that are important to us. We want to get some scanning equipment at the front door of each one of our facilities, walk-through type of metal detectors and other detectors. They're expensive, and so they're recommending us go a different route to find that money, and we're working with them to do that. So I feel really good. I've been here a long time. I can tell you the highs and lows of that. You give us a 7.5, I'd be tickled to death. So I feel really good about it. What is extremely complicated that we're going to work on is the pay situation. And here's what I can tell you. Again, mayor recommends, council gets to do this or that to it. They can tinker with it, but usually not a ton of change when it comes to this kind of thing. But they're changing the entire pay plan. So it's not just sheriff's office, it's not just Metro, it's the entire pay plan. And just to kind of cut through the chase, when I started here 1,000 years ago, they had a 5-step pay plan. Then it went to a 10-step pay plan. But the 10-step pay plan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you got a raise. Supposedly on years 6 through 10, it took 2 years to get those raises. We did away with that years ago. We've been giving raises every year since I've been here. Metro doesn't do that. So those steps historically have been 3%, roughly. And so what the pay plan is going to do moving forward is instead of 3% steps for 10 years, it's going to go to 2% steps for 15 years. Right? And so what does that really mean? If you started here today, you would be 15 years, and by the way, they're doing away with the 2-year steps, which we did a long time ago. So the point I'm trying to make, you started today compared to starting when some of you did, you had 15 years to get your money, top out money, but you had to wait a couple of years to get any raises, right? Because on those 5 through 10 years, you were every other year. So in a nutshell, you won't top out as fast. You do get a raise every year going forward, and it'll be 2 versus 3 year steps, right? That's the big picture of it. That's one part. That's not cost of living. Right now, is it a 1% cost of living? Right now, the idea is this year, 1% cost of living, which is very little money. I'll tell you why. 1% cost of living for everybody. They're moving to these 15 years worth of steps. Is that right? 15 times 2. So that gets you, right? 10 times 3 is 30, 15 times 2 is 30. See, we're right back to where we started. You see what I'm saying? That's just another way of getting there. The thing that's going to impact us the most is they're going to realign across the government what the market says positions should be. I don't mean Wayne. I don't mean Abby. I'm not talking about the job you're in. I'm talking about jobs like police officer. I'm talking about jobs like nurse. And when you do that, it's going to force everything else to kind of get in line with it, right? Just trust me on this. So it's restructuring the pay plan and rolling you into your new grade that's going to add up to some money, okay? I have this on recording, so you're not going to come back and beat me over the head with it, right? The mayor's office said, not Darren, the mayor's office says that roll-up on average is 7%. You hear what I said? The mayor said, not Darren, that the average, not everybody, is going to be 7. That has to do with where are you on the pay plan, right? If you're on step 7 or 8, I suspect it's less than 7. If you're on steps 1 or 2, it's probably more than 7. We'll figure this part out. Release this publicly. They've said 1% cost of living. I think that'll stay. So everybody's getting 1%, nobody did. You're going to also get some money when you roll into these new titles. They're saying, not me, 7% in addition to the 1%, on average. You right? So let us work. We're meeting when? Tomorrow. We're working with Metro. I promise you we'll get you more accurate information, get you a little better prepared, and so everybody will know where everybody's going. That won't happen till July 1st in the books, but we will have much more information and kind of be able to explain what does it mean for everybody and why. But it's all good news. I mean, I'm saying that because if you just take some rough numbers in there, there's some percentages and getting everybody slotted in. And for those of you who are topped out, clearly it helps that, because your steps are going to move out. And you're also due merit raises, right? That's the steps, if you're due an increment. So you take the merit, they call it merit, I call it step. That's your anniversary day type of evaluation. They're saying that's a 2-year step now, 2% step now. Your step plus 1 for cost of living is 3% right there. And then whatever it costs to roll you up. So there's a potential for some significant adjustments. Let us get our hands around it. We will surely communicate it. But I think it's all good news. We just don't have a full grasp of everybody yet. So that's all happening. We will go over to the council chambers here in a week, 2 weeks? Next week. And we do our deal in front of them to ask them to understand what we're doing. If you're curious, we're not going to talk about new facilities this year. We're not talking about new buildings or new staff, none of that we're working on, which is a longer term goal out on the South Campus. We're deep. We're leaving here in a few minutes and go work on some of that as well. That would be a year from now, working on budgeting and funding, but that's still the plan. It won't be a part of this year's budget conversation. Anything about that? Cities, I mean, look, I don't have to tell you, if you listen to news or even hear it in the hallways, there's a lot going on in federal funding, taking away positions, federal funding, adjusting things like the health department, like other services. And so I think we're in a pretty good spot not to be impacted by all of that. And again, I hope we can get that squared away. In the big picture, we also have a healthcare contract that's being awarded. WellPath's been here for a long time. That used to be called CCS. That's the same company. They were not awarded the new contract. There's a company that's been at least identified as the winner of that selection. It's now being protested and appealed, but it'll take a while. But we will transition completely out of the WellPath model, and it'll be a company called VitalCore is who's been picked. Chief Hudson and Chief Joyner have been a part of that the whole time, and so it'll take us a little while to get that worked out as we go forward. But I think, just quite frankly, going to be kind of complicated to flip an operation in medical. The other thing is there is the process to select a new phone vendor. I don't know what you call it. Is it phone? What do we call it? Phone? Inmate communications. All the technology pieces historically has been Securus. We're not sure where that's going to end up. Very likely it will not be Securus, but that's in the fourth quarter of that game, and we'll let you know. But a whole new contract probably coming out for inmate communication. Just so you know, the reason all this feels at us at once is because when we opened DDC 5 years ago, we wanted new contracts to open the building up. So we're 5 years later having to get these contracts. Ideally, you'd have something every year instead of changing everything, but when we lined up to get ready for DDC, we're now hitting the return of that this year. What else? Yes, sir. Yeah, Robert, come down, bring Leighton. I'm sorry, bring Leighton down with you, Robert. I will help. Robert wanted to sing the national anthem, and I said, wait till the end. Don't. Yeah, so I'll ask Robert to introduce Leighton, and I can kind of fill in some blanks.
So as most of you know, Cindy Toby is no longer with the agency, and then shortly after, Bob Story decided to completely retire. So we had these meetings with Leighton Wellborn, who's our new DBA, just come in. He's going to help transition us to the new JMS and work through all those pieces.
So, database administrator, welcome. Database administrator, I have no idea what that means, but I know what it stands for, okay? And I know it's really important. I know it's really hard to find someone to do it, right? Really But met with Leighton and Robert. They've been working to get this done. Here's the thing that y'all care about. We're rolling out a new JMS system that we've been working on for years. And so the timing for this is really important, to have someone on board to help us. And talking with Leighton, his background and knowledge in the healthcare world is very similar to what we do. And so we'll be a part of the field. And as we go and get ready to roll out the JMS system, it's going to be very, very important to have him on board with us. And so he's going to jump in our next Citizens Academy and kind of bounce around and learn. But very, very important, and as he shared with me, he wants to be a part of other things that we do. So let's give it up for Leighton and welcome him to the Sheriff's Office. Thank you. I was so proud I knew what DBA meant. You know, I don't want to fool anybody. What else we got? Anybody? Anything? All right. So who in here won our Derby race? I see Marlena, I see Missy, I see Wayne. Anybody else? All right. I said Missy back there. She's won 2 times. She's golfing in the thing. All right. Well, we had a great fun Friday last week, and a lot of the folks, John Adams and Kelly and others, did a really good job putting on a fun event for us. And I even saw some horses running around in here. So. We'll just leave that as it is. But I always like the word work hard and play hard, and we'll find a way to do both, right? That's what we're trying to do. So we have a core meeting here in a few minutes. That means something to some people in here. We're going to be in that back room over by the break room, 281. Is that right? 281B. So we got that here in about 5 minutes. Anything else before we break? Chief Hudson? Chief Raines? Chief Joyner? Chief West, everybody's in corners. Okay. All right. Nobody? Everybody? Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for what you're doing.